It's loading. Let's just give it some minute. I hope you all are ready to give your 5 minute pitch.
Yo, Kevin, how does it feel being the first man?
Loading.
Oh, wow. It's really stressful.
That's fine.
You've been doing lots of pitch practice, so let's see it tonight. Let the world see it.
Okay then, are we good to go? We're already live. I just want someone to confirm from the group that they can watch us and they can hear us loud and clear. I've dropped the links out there, so yes. Can anyone not speaking just confirm? Lucky,
Yeah.
please just confirm from the group, from the link I shared. If you can, I believe it's working. Just want us to.
Yes.
Great. Okay then, superb. Okay then, hello everyone. It's been quite a while. We are super excited to be having this online edition of the ARK Pitch where people, game studio founders from all across Africa will be pitching their projects for the world to see, basically. This is a pitch competition. We had about 43 game studios apply for this program. And then we selected just 20 people to pitch. At the Gamerton, we had about 10, if I'm not wrong, pitch physically at the events. But yeah, we're going to give those 20 studios the opportunity to pitch their game for everyone to see. And those 20 studios will be getting into the ARK Fellowship, where they are now going to get grant support. And yeah, they're going to get grant support to support them in the development of their project. Now, of course, this is a complete switch from what we did last year. That's mainly because we're following up with the feedback we received. At last year's ARK pitch, we gave the grant immediately after the pitch, but then we saw there was need to have proper follow-up so that studios can improve their projects. And from there, with those proper follow-ups, with those improvements, then they now get access to grants so that they can actually make use of the prototype grants much more properly. Yeah, so before we start, I'm here with Lucky. Lucky, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Lucky Mark, and I am the programs manager for the ARK Fellowship. And it's exciting to have the studios showcase their product to the world. Yeah, there's been a lot of improvements over the year, and so we're excited to see them show this improvement in their product and also in themselves during this speech session. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I love the fact that you mentioned the improvement because even before we start the speech, we're going to do a recap of what we did last year. The ARK pitch started in 2021, and from the game developers side, from our side as Africa Communicate, there's been lots of iterations, there's been a lot of improvements, which I'm very proud of. And that's why, for example, we're changing the structure and order of the program so that people who are involved in it can gain more value. We've seen the African video games industry grow tremendously in the way the game studio founders approach the games industry, right? It's no more just the passion stuff. People are taking it more seriously as a business with more focus on making revenue, building something sustainable, having teams, working with people from other sectors, diversifying their business model. And this is something I'm really excited about. So let me start off with a recap of last year. You are overseeing the program. Before I jump into that, what is that exciting thing for you that, I mean, from the entire program you can see that you've seen? Yeah.
Uh, for me, when I started, when I took possession of the ARK Fellowship,
I like
uh,
that one. Took possession.
So so one thing that was most of the studios were just running as passion projects, right? And then through the ARK Fellowship, we've seen most studios like get fully registered and become like operational businesses, right? And we've seen more studios go out there to win grants, get other opportunities. And so it's been an exciting journey seeing the transformation, right? It's
Yeah.
just like you could say, started from the bottom, now we're here. So
Started
I've
from
seen
the bottom, now we
I've seen a lot of started from the bottom stories, and now yeah, so there's been so much improvement, not just in the games they're building, right, but in themselves, right? I've seen how they're able to put out their presentations, how they're able to also deliver their pitch. It has been stunning, right, compared to how it was in previous times. And so that is the most exciting thing for me, seeing the personal growth, right, in themselves, right? Beyond the product, right? Beyond the games they are building and all of it, the growth that I can see in themselves, right? That confidence, that aura, they kind of possess right now compared to how they were last year. That I think for me, that's the most astonishing factor.
Wow. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And kudos a lot for managing this program. I know it's not easy working with creatives. I know it's not easy working with me as well. I mean, as a creative, I know the stress we put you business guys into, but then you've also helped expose our sector more to people outside. I mean, I do know, shout out to Ayola, the founder of Use Umbrella, who works in the VC startup ecosystem. He has also been coming to really give those feedback from the traditional VC side, not just publishers. Over the period of the program, we've spoken with publishers, we've spoken with venture capitalists within Africa, outside Africa. And yeah, we want that it's a business at the end of the day, and it's good to see you bring all these elements together to bring it into the sector. And even we as Africa Communicate, like you said, we also started from the bottom. So it's good to see all of us growing with the community, with the studio growing very quickly. So yeah, let me get straight into that presentation so I don't take a lot of people. I'm also sure those who are applying for the ARK Fellowship, for the ARK pitch this year would love to see what we've done. We've refined our process. We've done quite a lot. So let's get right into it. So yeah, so this is the ARK Fellowship. Like I mentioned, the ARK Fellowship is an investor readiness pre-accelerator program for African game studios. So it prepares you to be investor ready. We're not saying you have to ideally or forcefully go out to get VC funding or so, but then it makes your business backable. Whether you want the funds or not, the idea is your business should be backable. A backable business is a sustainable business. If you're not making revenue, nobody is going to want to put their money in you if you don't even have the potential to. So the idea is really to make your creative business backable. And then you can also understand the nitty-gritties of fundraising, the nitty-gritties of working, of running a proper startup, a proper studio, whilst being in a supportive ecosystem. And like I said, it's not compulsory you go on to raise funds or the likes. And this is the general pitch for why we are doing this. I mean, the African video games industry, Africa is set to be the next frontier in terms of development. Please, if you're on the call, please stay muted. Yeah, that's why only those pitching should be on this call, please. So if you're not pitching, don't be on this call. Thank you very much. Yeah. So the African video games industry is growing rapidly. The number of gamers is skyrocketing. Look at the amount of esport events that is coming out. More and more people are going out there, identifying themselves as gamers, and our gaming audience is increasing. And same with game developers as well. I don't think we've ever had this many game developers. We've had groups and communities with lots of people that are actually not actively building. But never before have we had this number of people who are really interested in building games as a business, not just as passion or, oh, I'm the first person in my country, first person in my community, stuff like that. And yeah, so there's also been a lot of infrastructural development across the continent. I know most people will still say, hey, things are not yet there, but then there's been huge, massive improvements, talking about access to internet, talking about access to power. And what are we doing with all of this? These numbers, I do not like calling out numbers when I speak about the video games industry, because I feel like most of it are estimations, guesswork. But then if you look at the data out there, you're seeing, oh, we're generating $590 million generated from the African gaming industry. I've seen some report that is more than this. I follow this because I think this is the humble data out there. But the simple truth is I work with most of the video game studio founders, and I don't see us having a chunk out of this. So where is this money? Where is this fund coming from? And even a report done by, I believe it was GDC, from their surveys I know about the industry, Africa just made 1% of the entire video games industry. And yet we have one of the largest population, fastest growing population that is projected to double. And yet we're making 1% of an industry that is valued about $200 billion. So of course we do have the smallest pie. We do have a lot of issues to solve, and nobody's going to come save it for us. We have to solve our own problems, no matter how long it takes. And the game studios on the continent, they struggle to grow as a business because of a lack of structural support system, the lack of technical and business know-how, which is important, as well as little to no funding support. I would re-echo that little to no funding support. Even in the tech ecosystem, there's this saying that says African founders are over-mentored and underfunded. Everybody is doing training, everybody is giving advice, but nobody is giving funding. So we really need to tweak that. We need to change that. We need to see how to support this industry, because it's more than just entertainment. And this is the typical African game dev process. It's changing more than ever. But ideally, originally, this is how most people used to build games. You know, build in isolation with little to no data. Why are you building this game? Oh, it's one god in my village. I want to represent myself in mainstream media or my community, right? And then you publish independently once more without data that can back you to help make proper decision making or even knowledge. And then we go on to struggle in monetization, marketing, analytics, and you burn out. In fact, from the building part, you're already burning out, and it's very tough. It is not unique to Africa. I must put that. From my experience, globally, global stakeholders also go through this. It's just that out there are more studios as a business than indies working in an unstructured manner. Yeah. And so we started the ARK pitch in 2021. We started the Gameathon, I believe, 2020 in the heart of the pandemic. So we started the ARK pitch to start getting studios to pitch. There was no fellowship back then. The idea is come and pitch your game for support. I do know we were working with Whitestone back then. We're working with Steam, and we're looking at giving out like $500 for the first grant. You might not know, the first Gameathon, there was no pitch competition. It was mainly a game jam, and people won lots of prizes from the game jams. But by the second year, we were like, why are we funding game jams? Right? It's more like you build something, then you get money for it and you dump it. We want to build an industry. And so come up with business ideas, games that can go on to run companies, studios. And that's why we started the ARK pitch. And we knew it was little. Most people were not used to pitching. This deck is going to be available to everyone publicly. So you can get to play the video and see the first set of 2 games that were pitched. Even from 2021, we do have a success story. I think Beat Escape was one game from Egypt that stood out from every other game. And that game has gone on to become, back then, I think it was Wish Wash or Beat Escape. I can't remember, but they rebranded. And that game eventually got a publisher after 2021. And so we already started having those success stories. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. Can we all still muted, please? Very important. Yes. Then we had ARK Pitch 2022. Getting people to back us was very difficult. But then I do remember clearly that year GDBA gave us free. Back then the GDBA platform was paid. You needed to pay to be able to pitch on the platform. And they gave us free passes for the winners of the ARK Pitch competition. And we kept on going, refining our process. By 2023, I think we were already ready to run out the first iteration of the ARK Fellowship, which is that pre-accelerator that gives you the technical and business support, publisher introductions, and also grant funding to support the development of your game. And so we broke down the structure into 3 stages. You have the investor and business readiness program. You have the ARK pitch competition, as well as after you have pitched, when you've gone through the program, you now actually move on to, we start introducing you to publishers, accelerators, and other programs that can support you. Now, this was a tough one, but then we did push it. So the value prop is the entrepreneurial training, where we're touching on finance, business, marketing, comms, and so much more. The mentorship and expert support, the promotion activities, where we're getting you press coverage, we're taking your games to events so that more people can see what you're building. The global connections, introductions, as well as specs, software licenses, free vouchers to events or softwares, as well as discounts and grants. And this is what we did in 2023. 2023, there were more PC games than mobile games. I think we had about 17 PC games pitching. And I know one thing that came out was, I think it was because of the funding opportunity that was available, especially around Epic. The Epic Mega Grants made a lot of people jump into Unreal Engine and PC game development. We started seeing lots of Unreal game projects, pun intended. That guy GDU banter group. We started seeing Unreal game projects coming out, and that was really exciting. Also with the fact that Africa had been propagated as a mobile first industry. Like if you viewed from any, we actually did 12 game studios. We did select 5 winners on both ends. And yeah, the studios that got to pitch were 7 from the mobile side, 9 from the PC side, which is really good. We're back to business, LG, Xbox, Africa Games Week. There were 2 pitches that happened last year, just as this year. There was the physical pitch for those physically in Nigeria, where they won TVs and stuff like that. And then there was the virtual pitch just like this. But a lot has changed. A lot is changing. Once more, you get to see what the pitch look like. It's on our YouTube channel. So if you are watching on YouTube, you can just pitch 23 has to offer. And these were the winners. These were the winners from all categories. Yep, and the PC games pitch. This deck is going to be available, like I mentioned. So, do you know that from 2023 last year, from October 2023 till this year, we did share $30,000 to the African video games industry through the ARK Pitch 2023 program. So immediately after pitching, by December, they all got their funding, I think December, January. And yeah, $30,000 was pushed. We gave people $2,000. We gave some, the people in the mobile side, $2,000 as cash prize, and then we supported them with ads grant as well. Shout out to Google Play for helping us make that possible to promote their games. But then in those 15 studios that got into the program and were quite active, 7 of them have gone on to raise $200,000 through incubators, grants, pitch competitions, and name it. That was really amazing for me. Of course, some stakeholders have been raising funding in the industry for some time. Some have even raised more than these. But this was the first time you were seeing young studios coming up and going out there pushing it. And that's really the value of this program, right? Through the program, we created like a safe space for game studio founders to explore the entrepreneurial side. You're going to fail. Even Africa Communicate is failing every day. But there's a saying, you say fail forward, right? I might not speak much on the fail fast side, but the fail forward side, you fail. But then we created that safe space, that community, for you to see other people doing it, for you to be inspired, for you to access firsthand those opportunities, for you to share and network. And then there were some training activities. You got the opportunity to connect with people. And once more, you were motivated to also pursue new business opportunities, because the simple truth is, this is Africa. We can definitely learn from the global west to the global south, name it. But then we also need to find what works for our market, because our market is unique, our people, our culture is unique. And people started trying new amazing things to actually get access to funding. These were some of the expert sessions and guest lectures that we had, though they weren't going on sequentially. We had all of these sessions and even many more. I do remember the AdMob session. That was one of the first. We had Bao from Google. Matheus was very helpful, gave us a framework and so many more. Martin really touched on that business side. Aram showed us what it's like to survive for more than a decade in the industry, telling us how he's even exploring new publishing mediums, telling us how he's able to seal partnerships. The Steam session, guys came with cutlass and everything. These game devs were ready to fight Steam. Like, why can't we publish in Steam? That was really amazing. Michael as well also shared lots of amazing insights, how he's able to move from Cameroon down to Finland. I mean, people are doing it, and globally and locally, stakeholders came together to share. I think one thing that really blew my mind was that I really loved about the program was also that opportunity for us to learn from ourselves. Because, sometimes we don't always need people outside to come and tell us how to do things. We have people inside doing it as well. And this session, I know we had a lot of communications on WhatsApp, but this session was really helpful. I do know Lazy, one of the game devs in the community, came back and his own Twitter following blew up after this session, talking about building communities where some game studio founders, Johan, which that is not his real name, by the way. But yeah, Johan, Fair, VCD, and Code Red, they all came to speak about how they are building communities on Twitter, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, name it. That was really, really exciting. These were some of the sessions we had. And when I said we raised up to 200, we raised more than $200,000 actually from the industry. Of course, it started slow in 2023. We got the pass to GDB. And then we got free tickets for Africa Games Week, but Visa, which is one of the biggest challenges and problems I personally faced this year. Visa is something for Africans that needs to be really looked into. Then VCD got spotlighted on G Develop's website. You can read that article. Then towards the end, game dev started December when 3 of the ARK fellows went for the Dutch Gaming Festival, and they came first, second, third. There was no room for anybody in between, and it was really exciting. Then our very own Deluxe Entertainment Studio, I hear they've rebranded now. We got the grant from Orange Corner, a very good sizable number for a studio to start moving things. And yeah, as for the numbers, you can follow up with them. Then Dash Studios as well went to the Art of Technology Lagos and floored it. They came out first when you're looking at all the startups that pitch. We're looking at startups, fintech, agri-tech. A game studio won at the Lagos State Art of Technology event, and that was a whole lot for the community. And look at 2024, Onyx in Ghana joined the UNICEF Startup Lab and started pitching across many places. Raven Illusion did sell their game. Their game got acquired by Dodge Gaming, and we got 10 free passes for Gamescom, DevCon. A bulk of us did have to attend virtually. Once more, Visa, that's something we're looking keenly into to solve these issues. But we got those passes. Huge shout out to Robin and the team at DevCon. This really, really helped push the industry forward. We're really excited about that. Then Nachoa joined the Mastercard Tech Fellow. Like I said, people started exploring diverse business models to actually see how we can build a sustainable business, because our market is unique. And really, when you look at entertainment, it can be tricky and it's very risky. Most investors run away from entertainment, be it music, movie, not to talk of games, where they have clearly very little idea about. And that wasn't all. We have about 5 ARK fellows in the Bridge program currently. Juju Games was one of these 2 studios from Africa that is going for the Rabbit residency in Germany. Shout out to them. Yes, VCD Studios game, the in-between, won the Game Devs of Color grant. Shout out to them. That was just recently, I believe in September. Dash Studios, this studio is awesome. They built the Animal Place and Teens game, and that game is It's making a lot of wave globally. It came in as second runner-up at the SIA Foundation program. They also just recently won a grant from the Berkeley Haas Tryon Student Seed Fund, a grant of about $5,000. And I'm sure you saw that studio in the previous one. So that's one solid studio that has learned the art of providing value that stakeholders can understand. Because communication is also a big reason why this industry is not funded. People don't understand it. And we need to see how to define clearly the value of what we do, how we are going to generate revenue, and the audience, the traction we have. Onyx Studio as well in Ghana is doing really amazing. They also just recently won the Africa Skills Week competition using an EdTech game project. And we know that Deluxe Creation Studios got into the Get Accelerated program, which is just about 10 startups, and they are one of it. And some of our game studios are currently competing for the DevGam Game Awards. So if you're watching this, go out there and support our studios. Voting ends October 27, if I'm not wrong. The studios to look out for when you're on that page, like I said, this deck will be available, click on it. When you're on that page, search for Primal first. The games are ordered, so just scroll down to Primal first, scroll down to Lieutenant Ahmed, scroll down to the in-between, Adventurers by Raven Illusion and Stickman Magic Brawl. Go and vote for our games. Guys, go and vote for our games. It won't cost you anything. And these are some of the games. These are just mobile games. These are some of the games on the Play Store. And yeah, we do have some testimonials, feedback. These were the most active studios in the program. It's one thing to get into a fellowship program. It's another thing, obviously, to get creatives to start thinking like business people. And this is also one of the reasons why we've switched the model, because, yeah, we want you to learn so that whatever resource comes your way, you can channel it better, as opposed to getting funding and disappearing and using it for what you think is urgent. There needs to be structure in the way we do things as a studio, as an individual, as an industry. And as all studios are growing, we are also growing, getting feedback and making quick iterations. So these were the studios that participated most of the activities and all. And yeah, the ARK Fellowship is going to return in January 2025. This is to give us ample time to plan it properly. This year, there were some glitches. The curriculum, we didn't follow it sequentially, but then we're really looking at improving, which is what we do really. Look at our past videos, look at everything we've done. You'll see how we've grown over the years. And I can assure you next year is about to be really good. Very good year for all of us. Yeah, sending positive vibes out there. So the fellowship is going to start January 2025. But the 20 studios selected will be pitching to show everyone what they have done. You can drop your feedback if you're watching from YouTube, drop your comments, share this link, reach out to the studio founders themselves. And it's going to be quite a journey. They're going to get into the program by January, and down for about 6 months, they'll be getting tailored support. Then they get to pitch for funding at the end of the program. Within the program, we will make available for them to get some support as well, even financially, so that they can build their games. Those who are performing well, there are metrics that we'll be following. I think I've spoken quite a lot. Let's start for today with the ARK pitch for PC games. Loki, are you there?
So I'm here. So tonight is for the ARK pitch for mobile games.
Yes, mobile games. Sorry, I'm growing old. Yes. So who is the first on the list?
So the first on the list is Primal Force and Gunning Games.
Primal Force and Gunning Games. Are you there, sir?
Yeah.
Can you put on your camera? I'm going to stop sharing right now. Hey, is he shy? Yeah, I'm not sure he's on the call right now. Who's the next? You're muted, sir. It's like you're speaking into the wind.
Hello, Kevin.
Now, Kevin. Okay, Kevin just joined. Yes. Hello, Kevin. You're up.
Oh, Yeah, sorry, the net.
Yeah, don't
Nice.
disgrace Africans. Don't come with the network. The network is a general issue, my friend.
As
That's right.
as long as you're on this part of the world, it's a normal
It's
occurrence.
not just this part of the world, guys.
All over.
Seriously, I would say it all over the world. Hey, I've joined meetings and people not in Africa having internet. I'm like,
Mm.
Yeah. So Kevin, we're waiting for you to share your screen. I think he dropped off once more. No, it's still here. Still here, actually.
Please, can anyone hear me?
Yes, we
Loud
can
and
hear
clear.
you,
Which
Kevin.
Something is, I don't know what is.
Okay. Can you hear us? Hey guys, we're doing this finally. No, this is bad. Can you hear us? Are you there? I hear that Zoom is like modern seances. Back then, when witches gather and they're like, who is here with us? Are you there? Speak to us. Okay. Kevin, should we skip to someone else so that we
Oh,
stick to
no,
time?
please. Okay, I think we can go.
Okay,
Let
to someone
me
else.
start sharing my screen.
Okay, nice.
So sorry, let me.
Nice. Very colorful. I love this.
Thank you so much. All right, so should I start?
The time start now. 5 minutes, please. Remember.
Okay, so hello everyone, and thank you so much for the opportunity to present our project tonight. So let's get started.
There we go! One of the most anticipated matches of the season. We take this opportunity to sincerely thank our sponsor and corporations, and Cannon Games, and of course, our treasured section. This is by far the one. So many champions stand in the arena to even defy the impossible. We have much more participants for this latest edition of Primal Force Arena, and this is very, very, very promising. Tactic, instinct, reflex, strength, speed, all these factors will determine our winner of today's impactful confrontation. There we go! There we go!
Awesome. So Primal Force Arena is a strategy and online multiplayer game that allows you to challenge your friends, your family, or the worldwide players in fast-paced tactical battles. To give you more insight into the story, Primal Force Arena is actually the biggest competition ever happening in Primalian that gathers the best Primal Masters, including you, yourself, in a great competition where they will have to compete to have a chance to become the next Primal King, who is the leader of the planet and the guardian of the Primal Force balance. Our game offers you a very big palette of over 100,000 tactical choices that you can tweak and even sharpen to showcase your mastermind on the battlefield. When it comes to the gameplay itself, Primal Force Arena is a very new battle system experience where you will have to master the board placement, being able to challenge your enemies, take advantage of the environment that you have right there, and even being able to carefully manage your resources and release your Primal Force extensions to use powerful techniques and increase your victory chance. So each of our characters in this game has a very unique background story and also a unique reason to be here participating in this competition. However, not everybody is still aware that there is something wrong which is going to happen in this competition, which will cause also the world to collapse. So aside the fact that you can still play online in the competitive mode, you will also have the opportunity to discover a brand new and captivating story mode that we want to deliver you in our official game release. Without any promotional campaign and especially none of our users' retention features yet installed in the game, our open beta counts more than 5,000 downloads and very positive feedbacks on its fun gameplay, its beautiful visuals, and its deep strategy. So our plan is to have our official release by the end of 2025. And also we are currently working on finalizing our open beta with a new updates upcoming and also the creation of our Discord server to start building a solid community around the project. So Primal Force Arena essentially targets three specific mobile game markets: strategy, RPG, and puzzle. All together combined give a market worth of over $40 billion of revenue by in-app purchase. And we can have some great example from Monster Strike, which is a strategy game making over 10 billion revenues and 10 million downloads, or even Marvel Snap, which is a very new game, which is already having a great record. So we want Primal Fast Arena to be a live service game, just like League of Legends, Call of Duty Mobile, with constant updates and very many items that you can use in the game, just to have a solid monetization system, which is based on in-app purchase, video ads, subscriptions, and a lot of that. And for this to happen, we will be needing $150,000, which will allow us to deliver properly the project and also have a great budget to assure our marketing campaign once the official release is out. So finally, I'd like to present you the team behind this game, which is myself and my brother. We are co-founders of Engan Games, an independent Ivorian game development startup. I'm Kevin Lore, a 2D artist, 2D animator, game designer, and narrative designer with 4 years of professional experience in the gaming industry. My brother, Fulgence Lore, is a C# programmer, project manager, and game designer with also 4 years of professional experience in the industry. So we work together to take the Africa games quality and creativity to the global competition. Feel free to visit our website if you wish to know any more information about us, and do not hesitate even to contact us if you miss any specific thing. Thank you so much once again for the opportunity and the chance to be here and to present Primal Force Arena to you. Okay, I'm done.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. How was that? What do you feel, firstly? You went first. I'd like to hear feedback from you first. I'm sure there are feedback coming up on the YouTube channel, which you can follow up on later on. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, it was really great, but also stressful. I think in the course of the presentation, I had to skip some specific points, but yeah, that's it. I tried my best.
Okay then. Okay. Great. Yeah. So we're moving quickly. You are in the ARK Fellowship program. One thing we're doing differently, like I said, this year is within the program from January, then you start getting the support. And we're pushing this out there. We know the publishers are looking. We know people are. Drop your comments on YouTube. I want you to watch this pitch and then you'd see the change. You'd see the journey of these game studio founders. This is the start because they all are going into the ARK Fellowship program. And we would want you to, when you see them pitching live in Lagos in 2025, would love to see and track their growth. So let's go to the next studio.
And that's Raven Illusion, Taste of Wazobia.
Raven Illusion. Is it? Yeah, that's yes. Are you ready?
Hello.
Hello, over to you. Your time starts now.
Amen.
Are you good?
Yeah, I think give me a few seconds. So,
Okay.
Apple and security stuff.
No, don't blame Apple. Blame the age. It happens with age. You're getting there. Do you need like the Gen Zs to show you how to use a computer? Okay. Okay, we're waiting for Raven Illusion. This is one of the studios that came first position actually at the Dodge Gaming Festival. Their game, The Adventurers, has gone on to garner lots of recognition and lots of downloads as well. In fact, fun fact, the game was even, I think that was one of the games that was, yeah, there's an article that's meant to come out on that. The game was seriously pirated. Imagine Africa having to deal with piracy in the video games industry. Something we were always blamed.
Okay.
Yes, are you here?
Yeah.
Please share your screen, so I hand it over to you.
Hello,
Great.
can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Are you ready?
Oh, it's something can you
Just tap on screen, yeah. Are you ready?
okay, but you guys can hear me clearly.
Loud and clear.
Okay, great. We can start now.
Over to you.
Okay, my name is Precious Virgo. I am the lead developer at Raven Illusion Studio. We're a game studio based in Lagos State, Nigeria. And our mission is to create games that bridge cultures all around the world and foster creativity. So the game I'm going to be pitching today is titled Taste of Wazobia. And before we go into it, I'd like to play a short video about the game.
Ignite your taste buds and immerse yourself in the heart of Nigeria with Taste of Wazobia, the ultimate multiplayer cooking show that represents your region, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or Robo, and battle it out in its friends or foes in intense culinary challenges. Master the art of cooking authentic Nigerian dishes from spicy jollof rice to savory Egusi soup. But Taste of Wazobia is more than just a cooking game. It is a vibrant studio hub where you can connect with players worldwide, ship on the virtual Lagos waterfronts, and earn incredible rewards. Climb the leaderboards, compete for glory, and qualify for the Grand Taste of Wazobia tournament with massive cash prizes for the top three teams. Experience solid visuals and detailed gameplay and a deep dive into the Nigerian culture. Taste of Wazobia, coming soon to PC and mobile.
Okay, yeah. So I believe from the short video, you've gotten an overview of what the game is about. So Taste of Wazobia is an esport multiplayer game set in Nigeria with the goal of bringing players from diverse backgrounds together in healthy cooking competition, and not just cooking, different competition. And so with the game, we are planning to solve a problem because as a studio, we're not just making games for just entertainment. We're making games that both entertain players and also leave a lasting impact on players' life. So there are certain problems we plan to address with this game, which also makes the game unique. And one of these problems is ethnic division and religious differences in Nigeria. And I believe we are all aware of that. And it's not just Nigeria, it's the whole of Africa. And also the second problem is female participation in esports industry. And the esports industry is one of the fastest growing industry in Africa currently, but the female gamers are underrepresented. So I would plan to solve this with Taste of Wazobia is by providing a platform that promotes cultural unity and inclusivity through healthy cooking competition. Of course, everybody likes food, and food is one thing that unites people. So, and not just food, a lot of other game modes authentic game modes that appeals to gamers on both genders. And secondly, to promote female participation in esports by offering a game that is engaging to both male and female gamers. As you can see from the video playing on the background, was at a showcase we attended, and you can see a male player and a female player playing the game. And for once, I saw a female player outplay a male player, and which is our goal with the game, to make a game, an environment that is equal for both players and both genders. And the game modes, the gameplay, there are different modes: cookathon mode, social hub mode, and down for race mode. And at the top, you can see the cooking modes where you can move around, pick up food, pick up plates, and you get to deliver it to people. And the social hub, you can move around, socialize, connect to players all around the world, because there's a high demand for African-based games, and a lot of people want to experience Africa. So Taste of Wazobia gives them the opportunity to do that. And the pricing for the game is free to play with in-app purchase for clothes, skins, customized items, and other stuff. The genre is simulation, co-op, and casual. Target audience is
50 seconds more.
Yeah. Then our market opportunity, our Breathing Illusion is a mobile-first studio, and the mobile industry is set to reach 1.84 billion in 2024 alone. And as you can see from our player stream, this in terms of our website and other of our attraction, you can see there's a high demand for our products. Our attraction so far, we have a global reach of over 300K, 5,000 monthly unique users, and an average user per day of 100. And you can see the countries where these users are from. You can see North America dominating the list. So our development timeline summary, this is where we are. It's breaking into 4 stages. This is where we are, stage 1. And our current ask is $73,000 to finish the game. And these are the stages breaking down. So the team currently working on this particular project, these are the team, and collectively we boast over 20 years of experience in the gaming industry. And we've also collectively shipped on other games as well. So there's a game preview at an event we attended, and more preview about the game, where you can see at the top right here, you can okay, that's all for Taste of Wazobia. Thank you so much for the time, and you can reach out to us with our phone number or our website or our email address. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Yeah. And guys, that's Taste of Wazobia by Raven Illusion. Feel free to reach out to them, www.ravenillusion.studio. Can contact them as well from the names listed on the team page. Thank you so much, Precious. Thank you. Yep, you can stop sharing now. Yeah. Oh, that was a good. I do remember the first time I met Raven Illusion Studio. The first game that attracted me was Beyond Ragnarok. You guys should check that. It's now exciting to see they've left the Vikings alone finally. And then they are now building something that is much more culturally close to Africa. And cooking, that's a very interesting subject. There was a game that came out earlier this year, Iwaju, the cooking game as well. So perhaps we need to do some research into why cooking, but I do love the aspect where he spoke on also being able to draw female gamers into the fold to play the games made by African developers, because I noticed a lot of African game developers are violent. Right? I think we had that feedback last year, right, Lucky?
Yeah. We always fight.
Like, we always build fighting games. Yeah. So that's a nice one. I think that's a very exciting game project. And with the number of players they have already, It's crazy. 80,000. That's something that I find very interesting. We never used to have this much metrics, but if you look at the success of their past game, Adventurers, I think it makes sense that this studio is really up to something. What's the next studio we have, Lucky?
So the next studio is GreenQuest.
GreenQuest, tell us about them.
GreenQuest, it's more of an adventure and educational game, right? They try to bring adventure into gaming. And also trying to bring that marriage between adventure and gaming. And in terms of the adventure, so there's your tackling mini games, and then trying to educate people around the issues of global warming, and then and the adventure part, right? You tackle mini games like matching animals to their homes and linking the renewable energy sources. So it's just a game that tries to marry education and adventure and tries to bring that social aspect of it, where let's teach you more about climate change and all and global warming, but in a gamified way.
Interesting. I love that. Games for change. I think that's the category we can put that into. And GreenQuest has gone on to attend lots of global programs. I know she has actually even done physical activations where she has taken these games to schools, primary schools, secondary schools, and trying to get the children. Because if you think about it, games are where kids are spending their times these days. And I know growing up, I received a lot of beating because of games. But then look at me now. I'm in the games industry. So it's really something exciting to see that we can use that medium for change. There's something positive that can come out of it. It doesn't have to be hack and slash and stuff like that. Something meaningful can come out from playing video games. And Grace James is the founder behind this studio. And I believe she's here. Grace, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. For this evening, a representative from my team, Philip, will be taking the pitch. Thank you so
Super.
much.
Yes. Philip, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Loud
can hear
and
you.
clear. Yes.
Okay,
So
can you hear me now?
We're ready
Loud
to
and
learn
clear?
and have fun at the same time.
Okay, so I'm gonna present my screen so I can take over and share what we have on ground.
Yes. We want to see what you have. There seems to be an echo from your end, but no worries. We'll switch off our mic shortly once we see your screen coming up.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. Please present.
Can you see my screen presented?
Perfectly. Over to you.
Okay, welcome everyone. I'm here to present GreenQuest Monsters and Threats. My name is Philip. I'm one of the members of GreenQuest team. So what is GreenQuest? In GreenQuest, we're going to step into the shoes of Nico, a 15-year-old girl on a mission to rescue her family from the effects of climate chaos. GreenQuest is an adventure-packed game set in the year 2015 in futuristic West Africa. Before I move on, I want to explain more on GreenQuest. So GreenQuest is an educational adventure game that promotes learning about the climate action and also intrigues children on the adventure the character is going to go on. So I have a snippet of the game which you're going to watch shortly to know how the game is. So I'm just going to play it now. Okay, thank you. So, GreenQuest Monsters and Threats is available for iOS, Android, or mobile, and also going to be available on PC. Like I said before, GreenQuest is an adventure and educational game which will have a target audience of age 10 and above. All fans of the adventure game with the educational element. We are seeking to bridge the gap with education and adventure, where children or young people who enjoy adventure game can learn and teach them about the climate, because we see that this is an evident um, important topic which is rarely addressed, and we feel like we need to use this game to address it so we can build an environment that's better for everyone in the future and currently now. So what is GreenQuest? In our gameplay, we have a quest-based gameplay where Nico navigates the polluted streets and solves environmental puzzles and challenges. In the combat system, from the video, you can see that Nico, the character, uses different weapons. She uses a rapid zap, she uses a vacuum clean, and an explosive attacks to attack the enemy she sees. And also in the upgrade system, from the asset, she has the recyclotron gun, which helps in the cleaning abilities. And during the game, she embarks and fights different challenges to to solve the mission, basically. So we have looked at the market and we have seen that this educational sector is not only us doing it. We have Letty Art, we have Ubongo Games, we have Plateau Cultural, and we have Brinkspark Games. These are different gaming companies who are in the same field as we are, and we have watched them closely to see that there's a couple of things which they focus on and what we can learn from them and how we can portray it into the African market. For Letty Art, we have seen that they have a very good interactive storytelling and African themed games, and we're going to see how we can learn from it. And
Les deux A, c'est parti étudier, vous faites un jeu d'abord. C'est pas de guitare.
can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so like I was saying, we can see that these games have different focus, and we are seeing how we can learn from them and use it in the African market. So we have looked at our market analysis. We have seen that we have a wide market of 334.29 billion, and we have 1.5 billion as the serviceable addressable market, and we have 75 million as our serviceable obtainable market. We see that our goal is to obtain a 5% market share in the next 5 years in the educational market size. We have seen that it's going to grow at the size of 738.60 billion by the year 2029 at a growing rate of 14.13 percentage. We can see that gamification in the educational aspect is what we're aiming for, and we can see that there are about 186 million gamers in Africa. So we have a projected rate to grow our market share to 5%. And we can see that we got this source from the Ariston Fortune Business Insight Market Data Forecast. So we did not start now. We have a track record of working with students in schools and allowing them to run our alpha and beta testing. We have engaged about 500 users and we've gathered feedback from them to enhance user experience of our application. As for monetary grants, we started off with an investment of $2,000 from the Foresight Group. Our roadmap, we have done our research and development, we have done our prototype phase, and we're now into our testing and iteration to get a very clear model that we can launch into the market. Our revenue model, we at GreenQuest, we operate a freemium model where we allow the game to be free to all to play, and there are paid upgrades in the game, which features advanced levels and tools in order to improve the player's gameplay. We also have in-app purchases where players who want to get additional character or items can pay with in-app purchases. We also run advert placement where we can increase our revenue by getting ads into the gameplay. Our potential, we have seen that we have an influence, we have some knowledge in this educational aspect as regards to climate change, and we can see that there's a huge gap for knowledge in this climate change, and we're trying to build a gap between climate action and adventure into a gamified experience that young people can learn and also enjoy. So what we're asking for $250,000, which we are going to spread into our gaming development, into our marketing, into our operations and administration, into more research in order to get a better viable game, and also educational and training, because we believe education is very important for the common public, and also the environment. As we also design games which children are going to play on their devices, we also care about the environment, that we want to design a better environment for the users. And lastly, our contingency fund. Thank you all for listening to my pitch, and I'm here to answer your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much for that. You went a little bit over time, but that was really good. Your project falls clearly under Games for Change, Games for Good, and this is something really exciting. We do need more and more stakeholders in this field. Driving that change through gamification or game-based learning. I do believe yours falls under game-based learning and much more activities. Really, really cool presentation. And good to see the change and impact you're already making in the life of those children and teenagers out there. Great job once more. And yeah, look forward to seeing how you grow through the ARK Fellowship program. Who's next, Lucky?
Agbara.
Agbara. That's an endless runner game, right?
Through the heartbeat of Lagos.
Through the heartbeat of Lagos. Interesting. I thought well, let's see. I do know that when I saw this game, visually, I was very excited. But then psychologically, I don't know. Let's see. I believe everyone watching would have their thoughts shared because we've had endless runner games coming. Last year, we had some more coming. But I think this one has the twist. I do think this is different, but I'll leave you to be the judge of it. Agbarona by... Is it Eshe Games or Eshe?
Eshe. Esse.
Okay, it's going to correct us with pronunciations. And that's Faithful, right?
Yes.
Hello, Faithful, are you there?
Yes, everybody. Good evening. It's actually Essay Games.
Esse Games. What language is that? Is it from a particular tribe or it's... Yeah. What does it mean?
Yeah, it's from a particular tribe in Delta.
Nice.
Okay.
No?
Essay means gifts.
Gift games. Okay, we'll not call it gift games. We'll call it essay games. Okay, then over to you. Are you ready? Please share your screen.
Yes. Okay.
And please note,
can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can. We can see your screen. It looks a little bit shrinked though. But then please also note that the visuals of having your face while speaking does add a lot to the user experience of seeing you. Yes. I'm sure everyone is aware they will be pitching. So yes,
yeah, I'm trying to get that.
Yeah, full screen activated.
Yeah, I don't know if I can turn my camera on and then turn it back off because my network is not too strong.
No worries then. Just
so turning on camera.
Yeah, just go on without the camera.
Just proceed.
Yes.
It's on full screen, right?
Yes, sir. Over to you.
Okay, so good evening, everybody. My name is Faithful.
Please go on.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Faithful Tennyson Idama, and I'm the game designer at SA Games. So I'm going to be introducing you guys to Agbarona. So this is just a short video that give you guys an idea of what the game is going to look like. We're currently working on our prototype, which will be ready by February 2025. And to the network.
Are you there? Can you say something? Okay, I don't know if this is from my Lucky. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think we lost Faithful for it.
Okay. Okay then. I think we lost Agbara for just a bit, but I see he's still on the call. Yes, I
Yeah,
think. Okay. Do you want to try again? Give it a shot.
I think. Fine. Okay, let me try and switch my like, can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. You guys can see my screen now, right?
Yes, we can.
Hello?
We
Okay.
can see your
We
screen.
can see your screen. You can just, it would be nice to just start from the beginning.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Faithful Tennyson Idama, and I'm a game designer at ESA Games. So I'm going to be taking you through Agbara. So Agbara, just imagine, running through the iconic cities across Africa. I'm talking about cities like Lagos, which is one of the iconic cities here in Nigeria, and of course, a whole lot of places across Africa. And that is Agbara. Agbara is going to be giving you an adventure where you're going to be exploring Africa landscape. It's a 2.5D runner adventure game with vibrant features and, of course, a fast-paced action. Now, we've noticed that a lot of runner games are quite generic. They lack cultural depth, and of course, they lack story. And we have less games that really talks about exploring Africa. And that is where Agbara comes in. We're trying to bring a game where you don't just get entertained, but you're going to be exploring the culture of Africa. You're going to be learning about history, art, and a whole lot. Of course, puzzles too is also going to be there. So we are going to be solving the problem of lack of in-depth stories, and we're also going to be focusing on the esports scene in Nigeria, because the esport gaming space is quite underdeveloped. With Agbara, we're going to be having the Agbara Champion. So that's going to be like a live event where players are going to be playing in front of a live audience. Also, Agbara is quite similar to Vector, which was one of the most successful games back then. And even to date, they have close to 100 million downloads on the Google Play Store. But Agbara is quite different when it comes to comparing it with Vector, because we have a whole lot of goodies that makes it different. We have the multiplayer features where you get to play with your friends on a free-for-all mode where it's practically every man for himself. Then we also have the team mode where you get to play with your team. Like, we're actually bringing back the relay race system where every team member gets to run a section on the game. Yeah, and we also have the tournament, of course, which is a competition where players can win cash prizes when they become the Agbara champion. The game is also going to be having an offline version, because we notice a lot of multiplayer game lack retention and when there's lack of reception of internet. So we're going to be training an offline version where players can, while they wait time and, get better at the game. So still on the features, we're going to be having maps and keys. So players can actually scavenge for maps while running through the cities and, of course, the landscape of some cities across Nigeria. And also, there's going to be real-time interactions in the game where players can actually interact with the game. For instance, running through the buzzing streets and the markets, you get the market women get to interact with the players as they jump and they, scale through obstacles. And there's a whole lot of features that we have in store for Agbara, and some of them actually on post launch. So talking about the style, yeah. So Agbara is actually going with a 3D semi-low poly look, but it's going to be having a 2D texture shading. And this decision is actually making us create our own material shader in Unreal Engine, because we want the game to have a feel, so that when players play the game, they don't just see visuals, but the textures will interact with the players through lighting and shadows. So when a character is interacting with certain elements, the materials are going to be doing some crazy dynamics. So talking about the mobile gaming market, the African mobile gaming market is on a rapid growth, and it is projected to double from 816 million, which is at 2021, all the way to 1.6 billion by 2028. And this growth is driven by increase of smartphone penetration, and of course, the young tech-savvy population. Of course, Nigeria in particular stands out as an emerging market with high potential for competitive gaming. Now, this is our financial projection. If we commence production by 2025, that means our projection is going to be starting by 2026. And the total addressable market got that data from Statista. And of course, the service addressable market is estimated at 10 billion. Part of the fact that our game is targeting cultural narrative and in-depth story, and our serviceable or obtainable market is we're trying to capture 1% of the service addressable market, which should sum up to $100 million within the first few years of launch. And of course, again, our data, we also got some of this data. So talking about our timeline for Agbara, our timeline is actually 9 months. This includes the pre-production.
Okay, I think we lost him, right?
It seems so.
Okay then. Yeah, well, not too bad. I think he got to pitch quite to a considerable extent. I'm also considering the fact that he was already a little bit out of time. But yes, Agbara, I guess Agbara has run away from us at this moment in time. That was good pitch. I did love the visuals especially. But then let's see how that goes. I'm sure the publishers and every other person would have strong feedback for them. Start looking at their working in a niche that has really been explored to some would argue its limits. Let's see what that looks like for them. Who do we have next?
Kairos Games.
Kairos Games. That's from Benin Republic, Benin Republic, if I'm not wrong. Yes. Yes, are you there, Patrice?
Yes, and so I have the on now. So once it's 5 minutes, once you hear the alarm, the sound, it's time to wrap up.
Yes. Yes, Patrice, can you share your screen?
Yes, I'm trying to do it, optimize for video clip.
Nice. Okay, then. And yeah, I hear the game's title is Japa Apocalypse. That's really interesting. And you're not Nigerian, but you're playing a game about Japa. Okay, this looks very exciting. For those who do not know, Japa is a Nigerian slang about immigration or migration, rather. Yes, and that's such a very touche way to say it. Migration, the movement from your country to a supposed country of greener pasture so you can survive and thrive very well. So that could easily be translated to migration apocalypse. But yeah, it's Japa apocalypse. Patrice, are you good to go? We can see your screen. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, over to you.
Right.
Okay.
Patrice, your time starts now.
Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Patrice de Souza from Kairos Game. We are currently working on Japa Apocalypse. Japa Apocalypse is a roguelite 3D shooter, and that is mobile, but also cross-platform, but for PC and other platform. And the core idea is that you are among a mysterious epidemic, and as main protagonist, you have to choose between flee out of Africa with your family or just be in rest in your country and try to join the resistance forces and try to fix issues. So it's a way to talk about some in the background, some social issues with immigration and stuff like that. The game take inspiration of some roguelite and zombie game, but we try to fit the roguelite aspect of the game with the storyline by using a well-known reference in the African culture and an anikulapo. That's in our game reference to a medicine that could help to bring the to help the infections. So we are using a classical feature of a roguelite, permanent death, looting systems, but also reward system, all wrapped with an engaging storyline. We also have, of course, a survival mode. Here is the art. We have already worked on the main core gameplay of the game. And we can have a sneak peek. I don't know if you could hear the sound.
We can.
Okay. Okay, so that is the core mechanic of the game. Our next challenge is to enhance the visual. Here is the character HQ, and we have also on the storyline a sect that claim to be able to heal the infections. Also the forest that you are to find medicine, the Anikulapo medicine, also a rebirth faction. Our in Kairos game, we try to make game fun first before making Africans. And what we are asking you to help us is just to invest in an IP more than in just a game. So we are working to make of Japa Apocalypse a reference about a apocalyptic law in Africa. And we have planning and then around June to release a first version of a project, and this is a team of 3 individuals passionate by game programming. We already deliver a game, a 3D adventure games on 2017, and we also extend the IPs around a book. And last year, we also deliver a cooking co-op game. And for this game, we need amount of $80,000. And we are planning to be able to give something like 2 or 3 times your initial investment according to our planning. So that is, you can find the trailer and the demo available for mobile and PC, and we are happy to work with you. Thanks for your attention.
Thanks,
Hello.
thanks for that. Yes, we can hear you loud and
Okay.
clear. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for that. Looking forward to seeing what you build and the connections you make and how you grow through the ARK Fellowship program. Thank you. You can stop sharing. For those who do not know, Kairos game is actually from Benin Republic. That's a French-speaking nation, and these guys are speaking English in just 1 year. This is really, really amazing how much these founders have grown by connecting with the community. And Africa is one continent, but then each region has its unique attributes, and it's good to see like Kevin and Patrice really understanding that to grow as a business, there are some cultural barriers in language you have to break. And so forgive any mispronunciation or so, but I think they've done great considering the fact that they started speaking English just from last year. This is super amazing. So we look forward to your growth through the program. Yeah, because I mean, I've been saying I would learn French and Kiswahili for years, and look at me. It's just Habari Mchana, Habari Asubuhi, Abiento that I know.
It only ends as Je suis.
Yeah. So yeah, great job, Patrice, and we look forward to seeing your growth, the connections you make, and the developments that you would be a part of. So the next we have is Execute Chakula, and this is a female founded by Oluwase. Oluwase, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Very rare you see a female founded, I mean, even from startups, not to talk of video games. So this is really exciting. Would love to hear about your game. So please share your screen. Let's go.
Okay.
Yes, screen is sharing. Oh, that's a lot.
Sorry.
Yes. Superb. Okay then. So over to you, Oluwase.
Right. Thank you.
Now.
Yeah. Think about it. Think about it carefully. The choice is in your hands. Hello, I'm Oluwase Ogrinde, co-founder Mikey Entertainment and narrative designer for Circuit Chakula. Now, Circuit Chakula is a visual novel game where you play as an engineer that works at night, and your decisions basically are subtly driven by your desire to either make money or be protected. In the world of Circuit Chakula, you attend to humans, robots, and aliens who now visit Earth thanks to the completion of a 10,000 feet building you actually work in. Now, you can choose to make money because these aliens are coming with a lot of resources, or you can choose to be protected because, I mean, you don't know the kind of technology they have and you don't know their intentions for coming. Now, why Circuit Chakula? The game is set in, it's in a really niche position to actually make waves both nationally and internationally. The visual novel market is quite huge and it's rapidly expanding, but it's lacking in African content, which is something that Chakula provides. Also, the Nigerian video games market, which most likely would be our very first consumers, it's a growing market. It's really widely blooming. And so Chakula really is set to make waves both in the international space and in Nigeria. Now, in our game, you meet customers, different customers with different character traits. You have conversations with them, you make choices, and the choices impact the outcome of the game. And then you also play many games. You solve puzzles to fix the devices that are brought to your shop. Now, in our game, replayability is rewarded because when you replay the game, making different decisions, the game is different, the outcomes, the choices, more or less the story is different when you make different choices. Now, here is our trailer.
Hello people, it's your girl Lolly Ogunike, live at 6 p.m. on BNZ.
So here, that was our trailer. Now, lovers of Coffee Talk, Doki Doki Literature Club, and other similar games would definitely love our game. These are some of our characters. Not all, I mean, we have a whole lot more characters in store, but these are just some. Now, our game is still in development. Our story is evolving. We're looking to include feedback from lovers of our game in the full version, as well as have the full version fully animated. So we are done with our trailer. We've started some marketing, and we are looking to have the free version released by next week. For the full version of our game, it's going to be available August next year. Now, our budget for development of this game is $50,000. We are going to be spending a bulk of it on marketing the game internationally, and that would be after localization in French and Japanese languages to appeal to a wider audience internationally. So this is my key entertainment. This is the team behind Chakula. We have about 2 to 7 years experience each, and we each have at least 3 games under our belt, like at least 3 published games under our belt each. So in summary of our game, it's going to be available next year. So it's going to be the full version is going to be available next year, but the free version will be available by next week. It's going to be released on mobile. That's the full version will be available on mobile, that's Android and iOS, and also on PC on itch.io and Steam. We are looking to use the freemium pricing model where the first 2 hours of the game is free to play, but subsequently you need to pay a token of between $5 to $10 for the full game. Yeah, so thank you very much. You can scan this for our demo, or you might not bother since the free version is going to be available by next week. But you can still scan this so that we have your emails. and can inform you when the free version is out. Thank you.
Nice, nice. Thank you so much for that. Very interesting, unique niche. Visual novels. I've not seen a lot of that in the African video games industry. But then I'm seeing a lot of people beginning to target the Nigerian market or the African market. I don't know if you want to put a touch into insight as to why this is your focus or so. I think you're the first person I'm giving to explain that, because games are global, right? So is there, aside just the numbers, is there a market for visual novels in Nigeria where you are launching from?
Okay, so definitely there's a market for visual novels. I mean, especially targeting senior secondary school and fresh to the like university students. They have more time to play games, and I mean, a game that involves reading, they will be more interested in it. Then also, apart from that, the reason why we are looking at the Nigerian market is we're currently in Nigeria. It's a lot easy. Sorry, it's a lot easier to market to people that you can actually see. You can easily tell a friend to tell a friend. Now, while the Nigerian market is not like our sole focus, we are looking to have the game go internationally, but we're also looking at the Nigerian market since it's more easily accessible. Yeah.
Okay, then. So you're starting from the market and scaling outwards, basically.
Yes, please.
Thanks a lot for that. Thank you, Seki Chakula. Looking forward to your launch in October, by October ending. Thanks so much for that. Yes. Who's next? Faculty.
So we have organized chaos. Bringing
Organized.
us chaos skaters.
Interesting. Okay. Are they here?
Yes, that should be Andy.
Yes, yes, yes. And I remember organized chaos. Exciting. Nice art. Andy, can you speak?
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Super. Organized chaos from Ghana, Akwaba. Yes, this is the first Ghanaian pitch. We've had from Benin Republic, we've had from Angola, we've had from Nigeria. This is the first Ghanaian pitch, guys. Congrats, congrats. Ghana is finally represented.
Hey, Charlie.
So let's give it to organized chaos. Over to you, sir.
All right, your time starts now.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Andy Koshisheri. I'm the co-founder of Organized Chaos, and welcome to Chaos Skaters. Chaos Skaters is a mobile endless runner zombie action game where players skate through the chaos realm, dodging obstacles, chaining skate moves, and bashing in zombie heads. The game, now you might be wondering, another endless runner. We've already had so many. But what sets us apart from other endless runners is our faction system, which we'll talk a little bit about later during this pitch. Now, in Chaos Skaters, parts of the world have been consumed by the mysterious chaos realm. Players have found themselves in this calamity world where they have to now join together in factions to be able to survive. And this is where the faction system comes in. As you can see, this is remnants of the world that have been destroyed by the Chaos Realm, and players have to skate through these worlds with unique characters that they can easily customize to allow them to bring their personality to life. Now, the core gameplay loop is basically very simple. Customize your character, buy various skins and boosts, skate across environments to get the highest score, perform cool tricks and moves to improve or increase your high score, and complete missions during your runs to contribute to your faction points. This is just a short gameplay trailer for the prototype we're currently working on, or should I say the MVP we're currently working on. All right. So what's the unique selling point of Chaos Skaters? So like I said before, the faction system. The faction system allows players to create their characters, join multiple factions, and work together within these factions to finish missions and earn rewards exclusively for their factions. Another really important element of games like this, which we think is very important for our game, is quarterly content updates, where we continually update the game to keep it fresh with new cities, missions, and characters, as well as skins that players could buy to make their characters look cool. So now who is our target audience for this game is between the ages of 13 to 24. Now this data was gotten from the Sensor Tower State of Mobile Gaming Report from 2024, which showed us that the action runner genre basically is really packed with players from that age demographic, which means we have a lot of people who are looking to play endless runner games. And you might also be thinking, oh, endless runners, aren't they dead? But they aren't dead, actually. Obviously, the king right now within the endless runner genre is Subway Surfers. But another one that people don't really know about is Into the Dead. Subway Surfers made about $100,000. That was revenue from the month of 2024 July, and Into the Dead, which most people might not even know, made 40,000, which tells you that this is not even it's not a saturated or a dead market. If you're bringing something new, people will play, and also if it's fun, people will play. Currently, we are in our production timeline. We are in the MVP stage, where we are currently finishing up the gameplay, which is what you saw. We are still working on it. We hope to go live by December 2024 with a soft launch in the tier 3 markets like India or even in Africa as well, where advertisement and user acquisitions is quite cheap. From there, we'll get feedback from our release, iterate, and work towards the full content development to release later in Q1 of 2025. So our UA channels include Facebook ads, Google ads, which is targeted by region, which allows us to focus on specific regions for release. And our monetization strategy includes in-app purchases and ads. Our ask is $30,000. We're asking for $30,000 to help with funding in support development, markets, and discoverability, feedback on our game design, and as well as quality assurance. Now, as much as passion helps, we know that even with our talent, we need help on our design and our budgeting and everything else, which is why we've come. So it's not just the funding we need help and feedback, and which is why we are in the ARK page, because we know that this is a great opportunity to learn and to improve on our game. The team comprises of me and Dikoshi Sherry, who has close to over 4 years of game development experience, building games within Unity and Unreal for both VR, the web, mobile, and PC, and Ravi Alute, who has over 5 years of experience building drawing, arts, and design. So in summary, Chaos Skaters is basically another Endless Runner game, which is not another Endless Runner game. It's a unique spin on the Endless Runner game, which features factions, which allows players to play together in teams, creates a social element where people feel like they're actually making a difference whilst playing. We're currently in our MVP state. We are currently developing our MVP, and we are hoping to have a soft launch in December 2024. But we are targeting a full release within Q2 of 2025. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I love where you came out and said this is not just another Endless Runner game.
Thank you.
Like, you were reading our mind.
It's very important. Yeah. Yeah, because there are a lot of Endless Runner games. Like, what are you bringing into the game that is different, right? But also it helps for a new studio like ours, even though we have experience, we want to know if we can gel together and build something that people would want. And obviously a shorter timeline for development was important for us, which is why we chose something like this. But we didn't just choose it just to go with it. We chose it with an intent to change it and add something new to the mix, which is why we did this.
Yes, another thing I love.
Slide designer presentation.
Definitely.
I learned from you guys.
The sensor tower data, is it real?
Yes, it is.
Endless Runner.
Fine. So exactly, which was another issue of mine, which I was quite worried. But when I went, they released the gaming report of 2024. I looked at it and I was like, oh, so there is still a market, right? And if you still go to Sensor Tower, I haven't checked the revenue for Subway Surfers last month, but I'm sure they're still raking in the money. So we know that it's there. And even if we are not come to take over them, if you can have just a piece of the pie, right? That is something that we know, and you can build up from there, which is what we are looking at. Yeah.
Okay then. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you
look
very
forward
much.
to what and how you grow through the program. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. And that's Organized Chaos from Ghana. Showing us some chaos on the background and that artwork. Very beautiful. I don't know why they are destroying Ghana in their games. Why do we like violence? But yeah, what's next? I think we have 2 more pitches and then we'll be wrapping it up for the night, which is quite exciting. Tomorrow, the PC game, guys. These are a bunch of proud folks. They always like, they feel, I've got to realize PC game devs, they feel like they're doing something important in their life. And mobile game devs are just wasting their time. But well, we'll see what they've been up to. We'll see what they're building. Yeah, so who's next?
So next we have Lieutenant Ahmed by 6 Part Studios. Lieutenant Ahmed is more like a casual action game where a lieutenant is on a mission to retrieve intels from, recover people from an island that has been taken over by terrorists or pirates. So it's a casual action game, but in this case, an army lieutenant, it's the guy.
Excellent. That sounds interesting. And this is one of the games that we mentioned that is currently on the DevGum Awards page. So you can go and vote for Lieutenant Ahmed. Just go to DevGum Community Award and you can vote. Please vote for them. But yeah, let's see what the game is all about. So you see what you are voting for. Is Lieutenant Ahmed here?
Yes, sir. Just give me a second to switch. Yeah.
Okay. We're doing some switching.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's totally fine. We're waiting for Lieutenant Ahmed. Please feel free to go to DevGam. DevGam is happening in Portugal, Lisbon, November 13 to 15. We have about, I think, 4 or 5 game studios from across Africa who are currently there up for voting. There's about 537 games on the platform who are looking for community votes. And if they get to win, they get grants. So please, 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 please. If you're an African game dev, or if just even go and look at the games, right? That report I did share in the beginning will be made available by tomorrow morning online. So you can click on the link, go there, vote for those studios, and yeah, check out their game, then vote for them. I'm not saying just go and randomly vote. Well, of course, I don't even blink it very well. If you can't vote for them, we'd love to see more sources for our studios out there. But also the trailers for the games are there and you can connect with the founders, give them feedback. Very important. Lieutenant Ahmed, we're still waiting for you. I'm running out of things to say.
I think Lieutenant Ahmed will have to come and deliver us.
Has he gone to save the girl he was supposed to be saving?
He has gone to deliver the people from the pirates.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing how these studios are going to grow as well. I mean, the last set of the fellowship, yeah, we figured out a lot of things on the way. Some key things are, like you said, the registration, studio registration.
This meeting is being recorded.
Ahmed, you have created a copy of yourself.
I'm sorry.
Is this how you go around saving the world? Yeah, don't mind me. I was on the lighter note. But yeah, once it comes back, we're waiting for him to set up. Yeah, I was speaking about how the studios in last cities, and they've kind of matured, kind of. We have a new curriculum, a new improved curriculum that will be running for next year. Having a lot of focus more on the business, team side, finance, marketing, and the likes, much more structure. Is that Lieutenant Ahmed?
No.
Ahmed, we can't see. You can put off your camera. There's someone's face showing. You can put off your camera whilst we just like, we can
All
just
right.
hear audio. Share your screen. Okay, and we're waiting for you, please.
Thank
Can you share your screen?
Share your screen. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Please
All
share
right.
your presentation.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hello everyone. My name is Moses Minima. I am head of studios for Sixpass Studios. And Sixpass Studios is a Nigerian-based studio that focuses
Meeting
on
is being recorded.
It's a gaming studio that focuses on building games through innovative ideas for people of every age. And I'm here to talk about our game, Lieutenant Ahmed. And Lieutenant Ahmed is a stealth casual action game for mobile devices where players can army lieutenants on a mission to retrieve intel, rescue hostages, and eliminate pirates and terrorists as well. It draws inspiration from Niger Delta and also northern parts of Nigeria facing insurgency and the likes. So I'll go ahead to play a short trailer of our game, Lieutenant Ahmed. And, Yeah, so thank you very that is the trailer of Lieutenant Ahmed. So why Lieutenant Ahmed, if you may ask? So unlike most stealth games that are based solely on espionage, Lieutenant Ahmed engages players in our own local context happenings in Nigeria to give deeper understanding of complex issues, making the game a unique addition to the stealth game and casual genre. So similar games that are somewhat similar to Lieutenant Ahmed in terms of the game genre and the category. We have Hunter Assassin, which as of 2022 generated a revenue of over 16 million US dollars and 500 million downloads in Play Store as well. This goes to show that there is market for a game like Lieutenant Ahmed and the market is really viable. So I'll go ahead to talk about the perks of our game. Lieutenant Ahmed, what makes Lieutenant Ahmed unique is the stealth-based gameplay and silent takedowns as shown in my presentation. It enables the players to engage in strategic and well-thought-out elimination of enemies and also in terms of completing objectives as well. And we go ahead to provide choice for players through mission varieties. In terms of mission varieties, also comes in terms of hostage rescue type of mode of mission and purely elimination mode form of missions. And we also have perks like character customization and types of weapons that the player can use as well. And I think one of my favorite weapons from the game is the Minato. Is a weapon that is a kunai dagger that was inspired by Minato from Naruto. Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite weapons in the game. And our business model leverages a combination of in-app purchase and ads, and we have gone ahead to several events. We have organized several events. We have hosted several workshops in the Niger Delta parts of Nigeria to fine-tune the game and also publicize it. And currently, we are undergoing internal testing of the game. So by November, the first week of November, Lieutenant Ahmed should be released on the Play Store. And judging from the look of the game, after we are hoping that after 6 months of our release, Lieutenant Ahmed should have generated more than 45% in revenue. And our ask for Lieutenant Ahmed is $20,000 to help in. It goes into the area of development. We need more designers and developers on the game to improve the visuals and aesthetic as well. And others go, and the other part goes into the post-launch and the marketing as well. So the required cost for the game is $20,000. And here is the meet our team. I am Terminal Pre Minimal, and I'm the lead game developer with 5 years experience in using Unity. Dorcas Lucky is our UI UX designer for the game, and Shegun is our game designer and game developer. Natachi is our content developer, and we have Jessia that is helping out with the marketing and business development. We also have our web developer, which is Alabo, that is facilitating the area of the web part of our studio. So thank you very much for your time, and we are 6 Part Studios. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tamara.
Thank you very much for that. That was really exciting. Yeah, I'm also getting feedback in my DMs, and yeah, another trend we're noticing, aside people starting up from targeting Africa, is that we're going to be spending, or this is something we can all speak as a collective, but ads. These are all ads-driven niche, where you have to spend a lot on marketing to get those returns you're seeking out on. But then, of course, these are conversations we would be delving into properly during the fellowship. And we look forward to seeing how we can hack together. Because, of course, in Africa, the bulk of us don't have the budget to spend on ads. So we'd have to find strategic ways to go into publishing to ensure that many people get their hands on the games that are being created. So Great One 6 Part Studios, I'm really excited to see where Lieutenant Ahmed will go. And best of luck as you compete at the DevGam Awards. Best of luck on that. So this is the last studio, right?
Yes, sir.
Oof, okay, so let's have it. Wait, what studio is that?
So we have Black Shark IQ presenting to us Zoom Blast. So in Zoom Blast, you're dodging stops, and you're running and you're destroying enemies as well. So you're dodging through, you're running through the chaotic landscape of that is filled with enemies, right? And you're running at the same time, and you're destroying enemies as well.
That's a powerful name, Black Shark IQ, Zoom Blast. That's
Zoom Blast.
Okay, then let's have that.
It basically goes with 3 core teams. You dodge, you dash, you destroy.
Dodge, dash, destroy. DDD. Wow. D3. Okay, so let's give it up for the D3 Game Studio Black Shark IQ. I'm going out with Zoom Blast. Are they here?
Yes, Kuti.
Ah, that's Kuti.
Kuti is no longer here.
Yes, I doubt if he is on the call.
He was here earlier.
Okay then. So I guess we can wrap up then for the night. It's currently, maybe you could just follow up. Maybe he can join us. But this has been quite interesting. All the studios that have pitched are going to be resuming with us at the ARK Fellowship in January 2025. Through this program, we're going to be seeing how to provide tailored support for them to grow as a business, as a studio, and also see how they can move their creative projects. So if you are interested in working with any of these studios, from watching this, please feel free to reach out. You can reach out through the contact details they have on their pitch decks. We would be tagging all of them across all social media so that it's easy for you to connect with them. You can also reach out to us directly if you want to be in touch with any of them. If you want to support them in any way, be it publishing or funding. The game studio is rising. I do strongly believe this is a great time for us to start building what our future would look like. And it's a huge industry. Look at Fortnite, look at Roblox, all the studios, name it out there, they started somewhere. So if we are going to have a sustainable industry, we need to start somewhere, and we can see the projects that are coming up, the project ideas, the creative ideas that everyone is pushing out there. There is an opportunity here. There is a lot of opportunity. If you're interested in working with any of them, feel free to reach out to them directly or reach out to us. And next year is going to be an exciting year. The fellowship is going to be running. Also, stay tuned. By next week, there's another program we have that will be running alongside the fellowship as well, way before, especially for those who are PC game developers who have some traction. By traction, I mean you're making some revenue from your game, or then you have a lot of users on your game. And if you're interested in porting your game to the Android platform as a PC game, we are going to be organizing a porting challenge. Look out for that. We'll be announcing that by next week, where you can actually join that program, get the lot support to port your PC console games to Android, and get support in the promotion and of a private grant as well. That is the first program we'll be kicking off with, while the fellowship will start by January next year. And there are lots of exciting stuff these founders are in for. And yeah, I guess we can have Kuti on the call. So I guess we can wrap it today, right?
Yeah, so I just reached out to him, and his PC ran out of power, so he'll be the first to pitch tomorrow, and we can. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's great. So see you all tomorrow, same time. Tomorrow, the PC game devs are going to be pitching their games. We're going to, by the same time, 8 p.m. West African time, that's 7 p.m. GMT. And I believe that's about 10 p.m. East African time. So wherever you are in Africa, outside Africa, you can just put it 7 p.m. GMT. We're going to be showcasing some of the projects that are getting into the ARK Fellowship. And if you would like to work with any of the studios, if you would like to work with us in supporting these studios as well, please feel free to reach out to us. And yeah, with that, I guess we shouldn't take any extra time. Do have a lovely evening. The video will be up till tomorrow, but by weekend, we'll take it down and re-upload so that you have a clear image of what the demos look like. I could tell there are a lot of lags. So we'll see how to get you a clearer version so that you can actually enjoy the experience of seeing what the pitch looks like. And with that, I will be signing out. Any words from you, Mr. Lucky?
Looking forward to a great night tomorrow as well.
Super. Okay then. Okay, everyone. Have a good night. Stay blessed. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.